Whoa, what's going on everybody on my YouTube channel? Welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Ooh, I see my own face, that ain't good. Let me check out on the YouTube if we're live or not. And then I hope that the audio is correct. Let me go to my YouTube channel. My channel. I am live! Do we see anything? Oh, we do see anything. Oh. Wait a second. Why can I not mute myself on YouTube? Alright. So, let's go people. We are in Car Mechanic 2021, as I recall correctly. We started a beautiful garage with an actual outside area. Don't believe we had that in Car Mechanic 2018. Everything was inside the same building. You could not go out. The only way to go out was to go to the map and go somewhere. But yes, here we are. Beautiful truck. We can use a memorabilia, I believe, to one of the designers. I couldn't really find it on the on Google. But yes, let's see how our stuff looks. Oh, I forgot we had a huge bus in here. So, what do we got? We got a used bus, we got a phone over here, but we can also use the phone in here. Or if you use the hotkeys, you can go there as well. Now I have to check something. Let me see. Accept is E, crouch, left control. Okay. I thought that I did orders on Q. And inventory on O. I thought, but I'm not sure. I think we can leave it like that. No, we don't care. So what do we got? What do we got here? We got a computer. We got an oil drain. A beautiful fan that makes no sound at all. No. We got toolboxes again where you can buy your skills and buy extensions to your department. I go over that later in a second. To what you can buy the best. You know what? Why do I not do it straight away? When you get in the game, every time you level up, you get like 1 point until you're like level 10. Then you get 4 or something. Don't point me on that. But let's say you do get 1 point until you're level 10, and then you get even more points for each level up. The best thing that I found out was actually going with the Renovator skill tab. That is basically with the sticky tape over here all the way to this welding 3-star welder. What this allows you to, and I don't think we can see that because it's closed, because we don't have it yet, is you can go into the room over here where you can repair basically a lot of parts that are above level 15 actually. When you have Renovator part 1, you can repair, I have no clue what you can repair. Not so much. The most things you actually need Renovator 6. So yeah, that's gonna cost you a lot of points, and I believe when you're level 11 you can have this. This is very important to my opinion, because this will help you save a lot of money, which means you can make more money quickly. Yes, and you can basically start getting your own cars and everything. Also, something to note is that when you do this entire tree, everything that's to the side of it will be unlocked. It doesn't mean you have it, but it will be unlocked. So let's say if we have this part over here, we can buy this part over here, this runner part, or this fast hands, which increases screwing speed by 75. So what I would recommend is get yourself the Renovator, then the screwing, then probably work your way over to the right side. This one is pretty good judgment, so you can know the fable of cars. Also those discounts are pretty good. Strong arms, I have no clue what it does. I think it if you unscrew a tire or something, it's disappearing quicker or something like that. I have no idea. So go for the renovator tab, then go for this fast hands, and then go, maybe not a fast hands or something like that, but I would say go over here. This skill tab is pretty good as well. Then we got this new thing, is where you can buy other items. And what I did in the beginning was I bought a lifter, but it's not really necessary because you're gonna be working on one car at a time most of the times. At least that's how I work. So what I would recommend you to do is get yourself the garage expansion, because this will unlock the backspace area where you can do some repairs. After that, I would recommend you to, I don't know, car wash is good. Maybe the paint shop or something. I did get the lifter because then we could get this stair, which basically allows you to upgrade your building, which is also pretty neat, obviously. But I would go for garage expansion, paint shop, car wash maybe, and then see what you want for the rest. Maybe this second lifter so you can get this customization. But what I would not recommend you to buy is a dyno until you're about, I don't know, level 12 or so, 13, 14 maybe. When you have like a lot of money and you can spend it. Also would not recommend you to get a test path because it's useless. I mean, what it does good, don't get me wrong, but 9 out of the 10 times you get a car that won't start, so you can't use the test path because your car has to be starting. And that's literally, I don't know which story mission I am, I believe 15, 16, somewhere around there, and I haven't had one single car that could go there, so that's useless. After that, what I would recommend you is maybe the tablet, because I'm not sure. Yeah, the tablet is pretty useful, because when you're working on a car you can press T for tablet and you're immediately into the web shop where you can buy all your stuff. So definitely the tablet, very useful. After the tablet, I would probably recommend taking the compression tester, because with the compression tester, or what it does is it tests about, I don't know, 20 maybe more items when using. So it's pretty good. Do not go for the tire tread, because what it does is it tests the quality of your 4 tires. So it's only testing 4 tires. It's basically useless because you can most of the time tell if they're good or not. So go for the compression tester. I think actually I might making a mistake over here. Well, they're not so expensive, so it doesn't matter that much. It's one of the two, the compression tester or the fuel pressure. I think it's the compression tester. Yes, you should buy, because the fuel pressure tester, what it does, it controls or it checks the fuel filter and the fuel pump, and 2 other things. So only 4 items. OBD is doing a lot as well. So this and the OBD tester, the compression tester are very good. The electronic multimeter is very good because it's also testing about 20 items or something. Pretty good. What I recommend you then, because you got yourself the tablet and then these these items to test things, the tools, utilities, how you want to call it. I would say go for the brake levee, because what it does is it allows you to repair brake discs, which means that if the brake disc is about 15% quality or higher, you can put it in for free. It repairs them to 100%. Perfect. Great stuff. Then I would probably go for the workbench, because that allows you to repair the items actually. Then it's going to be either the charger or it's going to be the body repair station, which allows you to repair body parts, which can give you a lot of money. The engine tools are not that needed, I believe. I'm not sure if you actually need it, but there is a story mission. I think it's story mission 10 or 11 or something. I don't know anymore, where they have a broken uh, engine block or something like that, so you have to take the engine block out. But I'm not sure if you need the engine tools for that, or you can just do it when it's inside the car. I believe you can, but I guess I have not tested it out yet. I bought it because I had so many money. So that was for the skills and tools. When you start out, there is, it seems, interior cleaning. This is also something you can get in the car wash. This will basically clean the interior, nothing more than that. You got, of course, your spring puller, which separates or joins spring parts. No clue what that is. We got a wheel balancer, which you obviously have to use after you change the tires. Pretty good stuff. Obviously, you just saw the oil drain over there. You got your lift over here, perfect. When this is gone, you will get the engine crane that will be over here and some, I don't know, decorations. Nothing too exciting. Let me test something out because I just did something. Change the station. Nothing is happening. Again, nothing is happening. Wait a second, did we put off, did we put off the audio actually? Oh, we did. Do you want to save? Yes. I want to test something out. This is very strange. Maybe not actually, I'm not sure. I think I added my songs after I started the game. That's why I can't hear, because what I did is I made my own music. Maybe you people know that, maybe not. I have like a on Twitch I'm doing like videos about making music and making 3D art. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna use my own music because it's copyright free, obviously, because I made it. But that doesn't work out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna press the right mouse button. We're gonna go over to, let's go over to the map first. You got your garage, obviously. You got a parking lot where you can park like all the cars you bought. You have a test track, obviously, to determine what's wrong with the car. I might have said something wrong. Nevertheless, you got a racetrack, so you can just drive some around. You got a car saloon, which is basically new cars. Speed track, where you can test out how fast your car goes. Photo location. So, photo locations are places where you can make pictures of your cars if you're like really happy about it or something. I don't know. I've not done that yet. When you're about level 5, you can go to the junkyard, which is very obviously one of the best spots to go in the game. When you're getting to level 10, you'll open barns. It doesn't mean you can go to a barn yet, because you need to get barn locations first. But they are pretty easy to get. When you get level 15, you can go to car auctions, which, yeah, you can go to. It's gonna be expensive, the cars you want to buy in there, but so if you want to get a car that is like scrap, you want to go to the junkyard, because you're, in my opinion, you're cheaper at the junkyard than at the car auction. But yeah, also something, if you have workshop maps, so workshop are obviously all the modded items you can get from Steam, then you can go there as well. And the drag strip, which I don't have, because you need the drag race attribute. Hmm. There's a lot of delay in my video, I see. I currently see that the video is still at the point where I'm at the radio station. Alright, nevertheless, well, the drag race thing is where you're getting your drag strip from. How many minutes is that even? That's like a very lot of time. Let me refresh myself very quickly. Yeah, close. There's a lot of delay actually. Oh, that's bad. Nevertheless, let's get ourselves one of the first story cards, which is a Luxor Baron. I did not know that. This is actually a pretty neat car. Pretty good, pretty nice, very good. What I want to do currently is what I'm trying to do basically every time is jump in the car, drive the car. Engine cannot be started. That's literally 9 out of the 10 cars you get. The engine cannot be started. So what I'm doing is I'm jumping straight in, checking out what I can see. I can see there's a lot wrong here. But what does this guy want? I was just passing by and noticed your repair shop. It's good somebody take care of the old room, patrol station, blah blah blah. What he wants me to do is I need to change 2 brake pads, 4 standard tires, an oil filter, fuel pump, and a round air filter. Alright, so we don't do anything else. One thing I used to do, or basically do every time, is if you have a car with like 4 brake pads and you need to change like 1 or 2, make sure you highlight them by just pressing them. You get this blue star, which will actually show you which of the in this case 2 brake pads you have to change. So there's 1 left and the 1 front right. Obviously with this car, because the back car will have drums, I expect. Yes, if it has a wheel hub 4, it has drums. So it's great to do when you have like 4 pads, so you just don't, if you need to change the how do you say this, if you have to repair the front left brake pad with, I don't know, a brake pad that's higher obviously than what you got, what you can do, I don't say that you should do it, but you can basically just swap. If you only have to repair front left, you can just swap front left with front right. At least, or how do you say, if at least the other pad is a higher condition, then it works and you don't have to buy anything. That's slightly cheating. But hey, who am I to disagree? I see a lot of light. I think the neighbors are trying to get my attention. Let's close the window. Because I don't have time for that. No, I think they're just looking in their garden. So, nevertheless, if they need me, they're gonna throw a stick to my house. Let's lift this up. Let's move a little bit away because it's a lot of noise. Perfect. Take the tire off. Yeah, it's not going that fast. No, I know that. So, when you have enough points after you got yourself renovated, definitely go for the screwing because it will help you out so much. Take these off. Take the pads off. Press X on the way, so we have to. So we added it to the shopping list. There we go. Pressing right mouse button, going here. Fuel pump, oil filter, round air filter to carb. So the oil filter will be obviously at the bottom here somewhere. Over here you see it's the yellow part. The worst thing of that is actually you have to get the car up high. pressing right mouse button to loosen them up with some WO4. Perfect. Taking out the fuel pump, which is over there. Alright, perfect. Checking out, did we have to change the fuel? Oh yeah, fuel pump. Not that we need to change the fuel filter, because that's something different. Fuel pump we need to change. There we go. We have to change the air filter over here, so take off the cap. X to add it to the shopping list. Oil filter V8 for standard tires. Okay, I can remember that. Normally I will press T to go to the computer, but as we do not have that, we have to walk to the computer, or we can just buy it, because let's be honest, it's the most important thing about the whole game, probably, in my opinion. How much does this cost? 1500, 300, 300. You know what, I'm gonna buy this compression tester as well, because it's pretty useful. And what I did not tell you yet, but if you go into your car, you can press right mouse button, you can go to additional tools. What this allows you to do is basically use some tools to check out your car. Obviously your car has to be complete to do this, I forgot about that. But that's a way of doing it. You can also just go out of your car, go to examination mode, which allows you to press certain groups in your car and check them out. What both of these options do is it gives you 1 XP for everything you can check. So as you can see at the right top, I get 1 XP just for examining how do you say that? Examination. Well, I cannot handle that word today. But for everything you check out, you can get 1 XP, which is obviously helping you to level up. Something smart to do is just check out everything, even when you know you don't have to check it out, because it just gives you the 1 XP for each thing. So the engine obviously has a lot of items. Suspension has lots of items. As you can see, I got 10 items in this suspension, which gives you 10 XP. What this will do actually is make you level up faster, which is obviously useful because you can get more skills. It might take some time, yes. You can get a skill that it's even faster. But that's what I want to show you. A certain way to check out some parts, because as you can see I cannot check out everything of this engine. Right mouse button to get out of it. Let me press T, because then we can get into the computer basically, / the web shop. I can get myself some brake pads, so we need 2, which will be 80 bucks. We need a fuel pump, which will be 120, so makes 200. We need a round air filter, which is 40, makes $240 for this order. So that took me a while. We need an oil filter, V8, this is the yellow one, which will be 255 total. We need some standard tires, 4, but I don't know the size, so we have to check that out first. So we can put them in. I really love the fact that I bought the skill set of screwing eventually, because I definitely see how much faster you can screw. These things I don't know how much time it will take now. It doesn't take much time. It's like a problem that you have when there's no problem. How do you call that? We call it Luke's problems, but as you can see, it normally it will screw this fast, but when you get the other top two, it will screw this, and it's fixed. You know, that's how fast that goes. I want to go to the whoops, where it is? Here it is. To the tire changer, separate tires. 215, 75 at 15. Checking out if the 215, 75, 15. Yes. So I can go to the web shop, go to the tires, go to standard tire. There we go. I need 4 standard tires of 15 inch wide 275. I'm sorry, let me check that for a second. 215.75. Alright, so standard tire, 4 pieces, 15 inch, 215.75. 680, perfect. You know what's too bad actually? That they did not... You see all those tires are about the same size, are they not? Yes. In white everything. You know what would be great? Because I have no idea of how big everything is. Because if you go into these tires, you see we can make this... how high can we make this? 25 inch, which is incredibly big. It's about a bicycle wheel actually, and that's just the rim. Yes, so basically the inside of this here. But you can make the white, which is basically how white it is in terms of from the inside of your car to the outside of the car, basically, to 520. That's in millimeters, so there will be 52 centimeters, which will be about 40 inch? No, that's not correct. 1 inch is 2.5 centimeters, so 20 inch basically. 21 inch almost. In white. That's how wide it is. But you can also scale the profile, which is basically from the inner rim to the outer side of the tire to 90. That's about almost 40 inch, if I recall correctly. So, you know, this says nothing to me. How big is that? If you check it on the car, is that how big would that be? Would it stick out to almost this pole? I have no clue. It would be nice if they had like these tires in different sizes, so you can actually see which is which. And you know, you know what, that looks great. Let's put it on. But now you have to buy them first. And then find out you're screwed because it's not what you want. So, rim, standard tire. Also, something I would recommend you to do is, if you have inventory items, let's say these tires, just sell them. I know you can scrap them, but I'm level 21 on my other account, and there's literally no point in why I would scrap them, because yeah, you can upgrade items to 3 stars, but whenever are you going to use that? You know, so this is a bit of the question you have to ask yourself if you're really going to use that, but I'm not. So I'm going to install these tires. Meanwhile, I'm going to balance a wheel over here. There we go. We balanced all the wheels so they can get up on the car again. Let's put them on. I definitely see why people go with screwing first, but I would say that's not very smart. Because you can better repair things faster. Because it will save you money eventually, which will basically make... if it saves you money, you can buy more items. Which means you can do more story jobs without doing additional jobs. Alright, check out, did we do everything? We need the fuel pump and the oil filter. So, go to the back of the car, there we go. Put in the fuel pump. There we go. Raise the flag. Let me see, do we have to drain the oil? Yeah, we need to drain the oil. Brake fluid. Power steering, and we need to refuel. So we're grabbing ourselves this bad boy. Take out this oil. Well, this was very black and there was not enough in there. Perfect. What we can do right now is take out the oil filter. I know you can do that even without draining the engine. I'm not sure if that works in real life too, but it's an oil filter. I'm not very sure how it works actually. If the oil goes up somewhere and it goes back in here, I don't believe that's how it works. It's just a bath where all the parts that are over here, the crankshaft, is like rotating through. I think. I just don't know how it works. Because what I know is that when you have a car crash and your car is, let's say, upside down, and you put it back down on its wheels, you should never start your car first. Unless there's like no other option to do it, but you should never do it because that will break your car because the oil isn't at the place it should be. So you should always put it down and let it stay for like a day or something, so the oil is definitely back down and you can start your car safely without blowing it up. So we can now put in new oil. What I always do is basically wait until the thing is flipping and then count 1, 2, 3. About 3 seconds, or from the start when you're like taking off the cap, count to 10 and you're almost always on this position. It's perfect. Then we have to check the brake fluid, or I mean the power steering. It says drain the power steering and refill it, but there's nothing in there, so we don't have to drain it. So we're just gonna fill it and we're gonna see. That is pretty dark, but that could also be my screen. Let's go over the other tasks. Alright, he still says we have to drain it. Okay. Strange. I see that this problem almost always occurs with the power steering. I mean, there was nothing in there. And we still had to drain it. Maybe there was like a little bit in there, but... yes, perfect. Because what I want to say is when you're going over to your brake fluid, you have like a minus and a maximus. And I believe that when it's far below the minus and you're gonna fill it, let's first do it before I'm gonna say shit. I think it's not working this time because the color isn't good. I think it doesn't work. No. Oh, that's too bad. For some reason, it now and then it does work. What I wanted to say is that when it's below the minus and you just fill it up, so it's between the minus and the maximus, it does count as being drained slash refilled. But that seems to be not the case, and I don't know why I think it is, but I thought it happened to me, but it seems it's not the case. So that's perfect. Go back, go back. I want to go back out. Where is my... Here we go. Windshield reservoir. You can always fill this up. I've not seen... Oh, well, like... When it's full, then you definitely have to drain it, but that doesn't happen too much. So, basically what we did is we did everything. We can now press E, in my case, to finish the order. We earned $2,100, which basically makes us get 3.51 extra money. We have this Golf, which is just not a story order, but this is a pretty easy order, because what it does is it says you need to refill brake fluid and refill the windshield, which is pretty easy money actually. You just have to pull out your magical canister with the substance of choice. There we go. And there we go. Finish the order. Whoops. We also got... We had no space, so that's why we did not have the story order. Now we do. Let's get the story order in. What seems to be the problem? My neighbor is a car dealer. I believe this had some knocking. And then your service time. It doesn't seem to have any problems, but I leave you to decide. Change the oil, filters, and the missing fluids. Oh, John mentioned there was some tapping. This is such a weird text actually. It says, it appears there's nothing wrong with it, but my neighbor says there was some tapping in the engine. You don't think something is wrong when your car makes noises that isn't supposed to be there? Okay, so there are 4 things not discovered yet. Nevertheless, it says tapping, so you would expect the engine to run. Check the left top, how much things it checks out for you. And check the right top. Oh, well, okay. That was too late. But you could see it in the right top that for everything it checks out, you get 1 point of XP. So it's always good to just test it out. It doesn't take you that much time. And you do get a lot of XP. So let me count real quick how much things it actually checks out. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So it's 12 items, which is pretty good actually. Let me see, did he check everything? Nope. And the worst thing is he said there was some knocking, which means we have to take off the entire engine. Probably. In the meantime, I'm checking out my phone. If there's something easy to do, then we do it. Like these brakes, these are pretty easy to do. Also, none of the two have an XP bonus, so we don't take too much care for them at the moment, because we don't really have the time to do them. I have to say, this thing looks pretty decent, but there's still something wrong. So let me check. The belt tensioner, cam gear, cam shaft. So that means that we have to take off the whole top, take off the timing gear, because you got the cam gear behind that. If I'm correct, I am... Oh, I am actually correct. We have to change that, right? Yes. So we got a cam gear over here. We got this timing chain. We can already see that indeed the camshaft is pretty bad. We take off the ignition coils. It's actually pure perfect block. I want to say this is a straight 4, is it? But it's sideways. I actually do like those straight 4 blocks. Get something totally different. You always have this V blocks, but this is nice. Alright, I do see that this spark plug ain't good. Do we have to fix spark plug? Yes, 2 spark plugs actually. Also, once again, check those spark plugs. Then you know what you have to fix. So you have to fix this spark plug and this one not. Look, if you're really a cheap ass like me, what you can do is just switch those. So now we switch them, and if we check out the spark plugs, we did actually fix it, even though we did not. I would not recommend you doing this, because it's just the way, even if, I know it's just a game, sure, but this really is gonna affect your real life too. And then you probably ask why. Well, because if you're just this lazy as in the game, how are you gonna be in real life? So just fix them, be nice, take this extra little bit of work, because in real life it will get you paid off. And that's with everything, not just being a car mechanic, just with everything. I mean, if you're for school, if you do your homework better than anybody else, you're having a way higher chance to succeed in the world, or way better chances to get up higher. If that's actually your plan. I mean, I always said, you know what, if I'm a CAO, I don't need to have papers because I am the CAO. It's very useful to know what you're doing, yes. And if you do what you like, then it's not a problem to actually do your homework. Alright, that's great. Nice, good talk. There are like 1, 2, 3, 4 items that are not mentioned yet. This could be anything. I want to say often there are those bush rings, but those bush rings were already checked, so too bad for us. Oh, this one was actually perfect. So let's. Hey, hold your horse. Check this one. Alright, I already see what the problem is. Or at least what the problem is. What we did not check out yet. The brake disc. That's also something that this will be tested if you can go with your car to the test path or the test track, but if, or let's say most likely your car won't start, so you have no way of checking your discs unless you just check them. Brake disc ventilated. It's 14%, so we can just scrap it. Let's see, brake disc ventilated. You know what, I almost dare to say that there are 2. That this one has to be fixed too. Yes. There we go. Brake clipper off. Brake disc ventilated. Brake disc 2 times ventilated 4 pads. Oh, okay, that's easy. 4 pads, 2 ventilations. So, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 pads. We need a belt tensioner, standard, I hope. Yes, but this is a straight 6 actually, so this is correct. A belt tensioner, we need a couple of bush rings, but I don't know how many. We need some cam gear. Ooh. Oei. Which of the two was it? I think it's this one. Let me see. Cam gear. Yes, it is correct. Idle roller A. Oil filter. And a belt. Idle roller A. Oil filter. 1.4. Serpentine belt A14B. I believe. A14B, yes, correct. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 bush rings. 4 bush rings. Camshaft 14B. Bush 4 pieces. Camshaft 14B. And that should be everything. Alright, I see that I did buy the brake disc twice. Brake caliper. Do we have to fix the tires? No, so we can just put them on. There we go. Alright. You are still in there, perfect. Take off the tires. I did believe, or at least I thought that this was a very big mission, but it was actually not. This doesn't compare to anything else that's coming up. I mean, for like, I don't know, after mission 10, I believe you have to like take apart the entire engines. I mean, at that time it's just common work, so it's not that big of a deal. Clipper. Give myself the rim on it again. Also, one thing that is incredibly good to check when you're doing or installing rims again is to check that you're having the correct rims. This sounds pretty stupid because, you know, all the 4 rims are the same type, yes, but let's see if I can show you. This is all rim classic 2, front and back, perfect. Because what I mean is sometimes the back or the front, mostly the back, have a bigger width, width, how do you want to say it? So basically the front will be 175 and the back will be 250 or something. You can't install left front at 175 and right front at 250, because then the car will be just totally, I want to say, twisted. Because if you do that with the back side as well, the car will hang to one side or something. That isn't, it's not good. So always check that out. Also, the moment you want to finish your contract, the game will say, hey, you got some wrong wheels on some wrong spots. So yeah, you will you find out. Idle roller A. What's going on? Camshaft probably has to come in first. This one was still correct. Cam gear. Wait a second. Was that still so good? Or that's 100%. I did not buy that, did I? I did, I guess. Nice timing cover on top of that. Perfect crankshaft pulley on there. Serpentine belt. Idle rolling. Perfect. I guess I did buy some extra parts for some other things, but right, before closing everything off, checking ignition coil, oil filter, bush rings and spark plugs. Okay, so basically everything is good. Putting on the camshaft caps. This is always great work. You have to put on so many screws. In real life this will go faster. Or at least I expect myself to do this way faster in real life. Dropping in a spark plug. I'm not gonna do what I'm doing. I'm not a cheater. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy 2 spark plugs. I'm gonna fix them because I just noticed that I did put in the old one. Ignition coil 85 78, perfect. Oh, that's not perfect actually. Take this one off because we had to take this one out. Adding the spark plug, and there we go. Ignition coil, buying myself the ignition coil. It's not fixed yet. Which one has it to be? It actually has to be this one, which does not feel great. You know what, ignition coil can just go there. Perfect. Oh, go over here. windshields. If it is this low, you can definitely count on the fact that it is a task. And you have to fill it up. There we go. What was the other? Drain all the others. Oh, that's great news. I don't like draining because it takes so much more time. There we go. Fill it up. Perfect. One thing I think is made wrong in this game is the power steering. You cannot see anything. You can't see when it's full, you cannot see when it's max. I mean, if you look very carefully, you see that there are certain things thicker than the rest, but this is just crazy. I mean, this, you can't see anything. You can just gamble the moment that it flips, it's okay. But that's not great. Let me move it up. Alright, oil filter. Not sure why we have to fix this because it's perfect. Just keep that oil filter because it's great. You see, as you see, I just switched the oil filter without draining the oil first, so that's perfectly alright. Now we drain the oil because it's obviously a mission, otherwise I would not do it. I mean, in Car Mechanic Simulator 2018, I always give people free brakes and pads and stuff like that, but I think, yeah, it's a game, why would I do it? Probably in real life, it depends on how expensive they are. And if I have to take off the wheels, obviously, otherwise I won't do it because it would take too much time. And that's perfect. I did not count this time. But that feels okay. Where's the dipstick? The dipstick is definitely in the wrong place. See, perfect. Because the dipstick, when you open up your car, you have to see the dipstick. I can't see this. I wonder if you can actually reach it. Might be. Checking, did we do anything? We forgot the rubber bushrings. We have to put those in. One rubber bushing. 2 rubber bushings. Is this an old one? Nope, it's a new one. Does it have leaf springs at the back? I don't think it has. Because there are always bushings inside. This has it too. I guess, yeah, I can see it. Both of those are bad. Perfect. Add bushing. Another bushing. Just like that. Right mouse button. Finish order. Receive $2,100. Great news. Pontiac GTO, which is basically a mod, but if you see this wrench, it means you just have to give it some, you know, some oils, braking oil. Your windshield, obviously not oil, but ooh, this hurts my eyes. Holy crayon! That's such a bright color. Let's quickly move into here. 6-pack, ooh, nice. Coolant coolant and power steering. Okay, that's perfect, which means that we do not have to drain anything, because I hate draining. But you can see how much money this brings. Let's do the math together. That's 12 bucks. That's 24 bucks. The problem with mods is that some people, I don't know why the hell they do it, but they put in a radiator C and a coolant reservoir, which means you have 2 times coolant. You never know which one to fill, and you probably have to fill both of them, which is idiocy. So that will be $38 in costs for me, and I receive 52, which means I got $14 profit. Okay, that's not that much. So now and then you do get a lot. Funny thing is that we did not get the story order yet. Nevertheless, just get ourselves this braking system. Do we know what is wrong, or do we not? We do know what's wrong. We see this is gonna be a lot of money. Disc ventilated, pads, clipper. Perfect. You know what? Move this thing up to the first car lifter. Perfect. Do that. What I'm gonna do is, I know it's just the brakes, but I see that I only need about 27 XP to level up again. As you can see, it's coming in there. Perfect. Let's say, my English is not great today. I want to say, let's say we only do this for like beginning levels when it actually matters to get skill points. After like level 11, maybe before that, it doesn't care. As you can see, I just leveled up, so I just finished this one and then I stop caring. Go to the toolbox, because we already leveled up twice and I didn't do anything with the first point. But it's always great to get yourself the renovator, because eventually, I mean, we already have a lot of money. We can already buy the back side. So we probably want to do that. Well, maybe not now, but we. Oh no, it's $10,000 actually. Oh, well, we're almost there as well, so that doesn't matter that much. Let's just go. Right, this is the one and only wheel that has no problems. And there we go. Take off the clipper. Loosen that up. There we go. Take off the clipper and the pads. This is pads plus the ventilation of the disc. Let me see. We need one caliper, disc ventilated, 2 pads. Alright. We also need a Oh, I forgot. A model, okay. A model, $700, which means you do get a lot of money this time. Go to the brakes. We need one brake disc. We need one brake disc ventilated. We need 2 of those. We need a brake clipper, and inside the clipper we need a cylinder. Brake disc ventilated. Oh yeah, we still had one from the previous time. Forgot about that. A clipper, we just don't need a good one over here. Just the standard one that was already on top. Standard tire. Brake pads. I believe you had to fix this one. There we go. $61, pretty good. 45. Look, I can fix it, but they won't pay me for it, so I'm gonna go bankrupt because the game doesn't want it. So that's why I'm not fixing them anymore. I mean, if it's free, I do it, but otherwise. First, we're gonna take off this module. Spray that in. Add ABS module. There we go. Check. We finished everything. 1.4 thousand. You see, you get money like it's nothing. Ugh. Plymouth Fury. I'm not sure who made this one, but do not download this mod. It's totally shit. I'm not sure who made this one. You know what? Let me Google that real quick. I can go to the community hub and check that out in a second. Because we have one guy, I think it's Lit. Oh, what is it called? LIT, which does amazing jobs. But this guy, yeah, I don't know who made this one, but it's not very good. Let me type in Fury. Plymouth Fury. It's from, I guess it's from Fully Sick, which, I mean, he did make the car, yes, but it doesn't look good. I mean, I had a wireframe paint job. I don't know why the hell anybody wanted a wireframe paint job, but okay, I thought it was a bug or something. Also, the bumpers at the back, it doesn't actually tell you what you're buying, and when you buy it, you find out that you buy a broken piece or something like that. I don't know why people love it so much, but this car is not good at all. I mean, I can show you that in a second. Look, if I go over to the bodywork, but it's obviously an add-on vehicle, so if you go over here, we have this Chevrolet Bel Air, which is almost the same model, but I don't know. I did not have this one yet, so I can't say if it's good or not. There's Plymouth Fury over here. You see, I thought, hey, I found a front bumper, 402, strange money. That's one thing that I find very annoying. But when you buy this, you find out that this isn't looking good. It's just a broken piece. I don't know. It isn't even qualified as red look. It's just broken. I don't know why you want to buy this, but okay. let's say you want, perfect. But then why the heck is the price $402 instead of just 400? Same with anything else here, like 1561. Why not 5060? 138. Why not 140? 288. Why not 290? 456. Why not just 455 or 450? I mean, why the heck do you get these random numbers? A body window 101. Why not just 100? I mean, the tail lights. Oh yeah, that is something important too. If you see the left tail light is a bit, I think it's chrome. Then you got tail light B, which is basically wood. Yes. If you look at tail light B from the right side, it's pure black, which I thought, hey, that looks cool. But then I thought I buy the same one from left, and it's totally different. It's totally different. That's also a thing that's annoying. I mean, the price of the trunks and the windshields are perfect. These tail lights too, but the mirror 309. Why the hell does somebody think, you know what, I'm gonna make it 309? Same here, 279.